Hey, whiskey friends, whiskey YouTube, whatever you want to say. It's been a really busy, hectic, amazing kind of month and a half in the whiskey scene here in the UK. We have had the London Whiskey Show. I've been to a really amazing tastings at Nichols and Perks. I have been off on like a hunt around the city. I got invited to an industry night that had a bunch of amazing tastings on, and I've picked up a bunch of stuff, and it's all sitting here on the table beside me. We're going to open some that I haven't had a chance to open yet. I have had an amazing pickup as well. We will talk about that. But let's go through this in order and a little bit of an idea of where I've gone. So, apart from killing my budget, I did, before all of this took off, decided to have a go and just see what the whiskey auction experience was like. Buffalo Trace had a pop-up store in France. I think it was something to do with the Olympics. I really wanted to get there, couldn't get an invite. It was invite only. So had to deal with that whole missed opportunity. But what looked like what was happening is a whole bunch of Weller 12s were getting bought from France, making their way into the UK, best as I can figure. Because I found it, loads of them landed on an auction house. You can see here, there's no UK stamp. Normally, if something is purchased in the UK, it will have like a little UK sticker. I'll show you one of them in a second to say that it was in the UK. So this one, no UK sticker. So came from out of the country. And because of this, and I think them being readily available in France, not far away, a load of them ended up on the whiskey auction houses, effectively really cheap. I got this for £65. I haven't had a chance to open it yet, but I have tried it before, so I'll be opening this in a future kind of a comparison video anyway. So I'm just holding on to it for now. Or maybe as a bit of a Buffalo Trace compare. So that was the first one. So really excited, picked up a Weller 12. Whilst I was doing that and I was having a look around, I'd seen that this was quite a good pickup as well, and was on my list of stuff to get to, was a 1792 full proof. I can't remember exactly what I paid for this. I think it was around about £75. I'd have to look up exactly on my list of what I paid. It was been a few weeks now. Again, haven't had a chance to open it yet just because I've had so much whiskey coming in and being quite busy and, quite frankly, drinking a lot. So picked this up, full proof. Really excited to give that a taste in the future. But I'm not going to not crack anything, because something that everybody has been raving about that I have not been able to get my hands on, that has been kicking around, is Bardstown Discovery 11. Here's a little clip of where I found this. So, we are outside Amethyst Drinks to the World, and we're going to pop in here, have a little look at what they've got on their American section. Bardstown Discovery 11. This will be a H Taylor. Handy up there. Victor's there. Victor's 10. I didn't expect to find this on the shelf. I think a couple of them got found, made their way into the shop, was on my way to that industry night, and yeah, just picked that up, seen that. I went, I can't believe that is a Discovery Series 11 there. I thought I was going to miss this one. I'm really looking forward to the next one. So we're going to open this right now, and we're going to give this a try. I have heard so many good things, and I am really looking forward to. Let's give that a spin around there. Really looking forward to trying this. So, oh, that smells like really soft and sweet. It doesn't have a lot of oomph to it. Oh my goodness. That is so rich, not like spicy, really rich, loads of flavor. Oh, what is that? That reminds me of like the punch that comes with like a Pappy 15 that I've recently managed to try. It comes with like a whole bunch of body, even the maybe not to the quite the same level, but quite close to an Eagle Rare 17. That is fantastic. Oh, that is. If you ever find one of these, the Discovery 11, I can understand why everyone has been raving about that. That is absolutely delicious. I'm just going to go back to that over and over and over again. Oh, honestly. And that's straight out of a neck bore. My wife is going to love this too, actually. She quite likes that sweet character. That fantastic pickup. I think I did pay a bit for it. It was about £150. I think. I mean, that's retail what it is. But I was like, oh, I had previously when I first seen them come out, I didn't know Bardstown as well, and I was like, oh, don't know what my thoughts on Bardstown are yet. Since then, I'd had a few bards, and I'm like, okay, these are actually quite good, and I was interested in like discovering a little bit more. Hey, no pun intended. And have found that I really quite enjoyed them. Then I had a little bit of FOMO that I'd missed out, it seemed, on what was something fantastic. But that is really good. It was actually when I did the tasting, again, at Nichols and Perks, that I got that first opportunity with N10 to try Bards, and I'm like, oh, these guys are really good, and I bought a bottle. Absolutely loved it. I've already half finished that bottle already. And now this one's going to be a contender. This is actually better. By a markable version than that last one. Oh, so good. But what else has been happening? That's already, I mean, on a normal occasion, like those three, that is a massive pickup. But it didn't end there because M10 Bourbons, who are a kind of like supplier over here in the UK, got a lot of good relationships with British Bourbon Society, really well connected with a couple of those distilleries over in the US. They had a barrel pick of a New Riff single barrel bourbon with N10. Pick that up. Have not yet cracked that open yet either to be able to give that a go, but I will have that as a comparison to another New Riff single barrel pick that I have. So I picked that up, and whilst I was picking it up, and this was the real reason I was doing it, back with New Riff again, is at the whiskey show I got to try this New Riff single barrel. Let's jump in. Lost my words. So at the same time, this New Riff Rye single barrel came out, N10 bourbons. Now, this one was particularly a little bit special because it was selected for N10 bourbons by Jay Erisman. If you don't know who he is, he's the co-founder of New Riff. That means that he can pick from any damn barrel he wants, more or less. So thought that was going to be worth it. Managed to get myself a taste just before the purchase, and it is fantastic. Let me tell you that. I absolutely love this. It's already down to about here. you can't see on the basis. Oh, maybe we can turn it over. And I got this not so long ago, and you can already see it's taken a hit. Fantastic pour. They've done really well. That was a fantastic pick by Jay. So that pretty much took me up to what it is. I've got a ton of editing to do with that, a really big Nichols and Perks tasting and the whiskey show and this industry event, seeing how I can pull this all together. I did have some issues with my whiskey show audio. All of the audio was massively blown out, so I don't know how much that will work, and I will do a bit of a maybe a voiceover or something as to what was going on there. So we'll pop these aside for a second, because what is upcoming and is really special is I did a tastings with Nichols and Perks. Whilst I was there, I managed to pick up one of the last bottles of their Old Scout. So that's one of their single barrel picks. It's also got amazing ratings on it. This is a ridiculous amount of whiskey. Again, at the whiskey show, I had tried the Woodford Reserve Wheated, got my hands on that, quite enjoyed that. That was really good as a break comparison. Do tend to like myself a bit of a wheated over the normal. So I picked up that as well. That was about £34. I think this one, I think I said at the time, when I said how much is it, I said if it's under 70, I'll buy it. And then looked and it was like 73, and I'm like, close enough. So I've picked that up. And one more bottle. Spoiler alert, not really. You can only see the top. That, you're just going to have to wait for the video. If you know, you know. If you don't, when that video comes out, over the moon ecstatic. The hints will be out there. But, as you can see, an absolute, I mean, let's get all this in here. Like, an absolute ton of whiskey that I've picked up in the last literally 3 or 4 weeks. Completely like blown away with like just, I mean, apart from the fact that the wallet is massively suffering, blown away with just loads of opportunities that have just all come up at once that I just didn't want to miss out on. Like that's how things happen sometimes, you know, when it rains it pours. All of these opportunities kind of like snowballed into each other all at once. So I just jumped on it. The second thing I'll add is that we are now about 6 weeks in on the barrel project, sitting here behind me. So it's, I did a little bit of a drawn out sample, actually was speaking with a couple of the Saz guys. It's already starting to take on some new flavors, some new characters. It's got a little bit more nuttiness to it than usual now. So yeah, it's starting to move on from that original Eagle Rare profile and developing some new characters and some new flavor. So really interested to see how that will continue to develop, and taking a little bit of a cut out of that for now, and we'll monitor how that changes over time. But really excited to see, when I did that little tasting with a few friends and the Saz guys that were around at the Nichols and Perks tasting, nobody picked it as Eagle Rare. They said it didn't really taste any more like Eagle Rare. It had some additional smoothness that it already after 6 weeks, just a little bit of extra smoothness and a little bit of nutty characters. So really, really interesting. That's it for me. Really like rapid wrap up. So much to talk about, obviously. But if you're still here, give us a like and subscribe. It really means a lot. As I said, I've got a load of editing to do. I just want to do this because I've got, again, so much going on. To give a bit of a wrap up, I am, in a couple of days' time, going down to a local distillery. That's going to be really exciting. They do American stuff, but they're here in the UK. It's a bit of a mix-mash. That will be interesting as well. So, I mean, subscribe, you'll find out about it. And thank you all so much. It's been a bit of an early journey. We're already hitting some early goals, and that is fantastic. The next big goal is to hit, outside of the bourbon world, is to hit 1,000 subscribers. So we'll see you there. There might be a surprise on that one too. Cheers.